Are we live?
We're live.
We are live. Hey, everyone. What's going on?
Welcome to the show. Oh, my God. I can't find us on YouTube.
Oh, boy.
How do you not find us?
I don't know. I always have this issue.
Look for the top trending live show, and that's us.
I found it now.
I don't want to jinx myself, but right now, this is the clearest I have ever looked to begin our show.
Yeah, that proactive really worked on your forehead.
This is the gift. Dude, so the other night, I was pretty disappointed because my wife pointed out she could not believe how bald I'm becoming. And it's like a 7 head now. That's what she called me.
Put it away.
I know. Like, I'm literally the only guy in my family that is losing hair, so it's unfortunate.
I'll ship some to you. I have an abundance here.
I thought about looking into those hair implant places, but then I remember, wasn't it like Joe Rogan that had like a bad hair transplant or something?
I don't know.
I think that's why he has like a scar in the back of his head. He had like some kind of weird hair transplant, and it didn't work out too well.
So then do you have a bald spot on your ass when they do that, or how does that work? Where do they get the hair?
Oh, what? Wait, 1 second. Johnny said something. There's another live that I set up.
What?
Johnny says, I was the only one in the other live you have set up, Nate.
I got to look at this and see why is that happening? That is so weird. It's only showing up on StreamYard as one.
That makes me sad.
God, I am a disappointment.
You count on people for something. And...
I had one job.
Is this like a interview for me, Chuck, for the two Beirdo show? Is that what this really is?
I am being replaced.
Or wasn't I supposed to say anything?
You got the red beard. You need a Hawaiian shirt or a onesie.
Right. Well, listen, thanks for having me, guys, on the two Beirdos, and I brought my beer for the two Beirdos. Isn't that what we're doing? Beirdo? Oh, beard. Oh, I'm sorry. Beirdos.
I drink water because it's healthier.
I may or may not have tequila. I don't know.
Right.
I can't drink tequila. Bad experience in college.
Yeah, me too. I can't even smell it. It's nasty.
Yep.
That's how I am with wild turkey. I had a really bad experience with it, and the smell of it just brings up back terrible memories.
Oh, good. Paul's here.
Why is that? This is driving me insane. I'm sorry.
What's the matter?
But we're going to ignore that other live, so I apologize for anyone that may have clicked on that. But welcome, Mike. We're thankful that you decided to come on our show. I know that our show's odd sometimes and random, but we appreciate you being here, man.
At first, I thought it was a April Fool's joke when I got the note from Chuck. I was like, for real?
And then you're like, kind of disappointed because it wasn't a joke.
Actually, it is an April Fool's joke.
Right. Right. See you later. Right.
We meant to get Art Vandelay, but
right, he wasn't even over tonight. Right, I know. I usually am the backup when Art's not available.
I mean, we had a long list, and we're just like, I guess we can ask Mike.
He's not doing anything. Man.
Down to the bottom. Here it comes.
Hey, I'm just glad I made the list. That's all.
to our big show.
Right. Hey, it's great. It's great to be here. For real.
Hi, Philly Flipper, Dina, Robert. Who else do we got? Big Brother. Hello.
Dina, congrats on kicking my butt this afternoon. I was doing Johnny's Haladala, and I got a little cocky, and then I lost.
Oh. See what happens?
I don't know. Story of my life.
I don't. I'm just I was afraid to participate because I don't want my butt kicked. I'm a very competitive person, so figured I'm better off just in my lonesome self.
I was afraid of it just because I didn't understand the rules, but they're very patient and they walk you through it. Look at this.
Yes.
Hi, Misha.
No one picked the January house for your giveaway.
Well, I had 2 winners and I had like 5 gifts. So
Right, I know.
But I think this cup is beautiful.
Thanks.
I really do.
I had little to do with it. Thank you.
Who did it? Who designed it?
Printful.
Hi, Janet.
Printful?
Yeah, you just upload. You have printful.com.
Never heard of it.
Just upload your logo. I've got January House sweatshirts. I've got T-shirts. I've got coffee mugs.
Dude, I need to do that. But see, I want my wife thinks I have issues, but I want my logo because it's my face coming out of an egg on the side of a vehicle, like a vehicle wrap of just me coming down the road in a creepy white van with my face on the side of it.
That would be hot. I'd buy that van.
Oh, somebody sold them.
Probably my wife. Well, this is rude. Why am I looking at it now?
No, because what you're doing, you set this up. You probably had one of your friends. You're like, hey, about this time, buy something off the floor so I can flex in front of everyone.
Right.
Give me street cred. That's not mine. Who cares?
Who cares? What was it? Was it
Marcy sold something?
No.
Top or a bottom? I don't know. A girl thing. So for those of you that don't know, this is Mike from January House. He has 2 channels. One for videos and one for auctions.
Right.
And you made that split because it's better that way, right?
Yeah, I mean, the whole YouTube algorithm thing. If you have a lot of lives on your channel where you do a lot of pre-recordeds, it really hurts your channel. Because YouTube doesn't know, is your channel like a live show channel or is it pre-records? And I get more views on my live channel just because people are in and out all the time. So it's like pushes down the pre-records because they don't get as many views. And
I did not realize they did that.
Yeah,
I heard Tommy explain it once that it makes your viewership kind of go up and down, and if you confuse them, then they'll think that I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. So him and others have been on me for a little while to split it out, and I finally did it. So there we go. Plus, for me, it was a little easier to when I look at my channel, there'd be like 4 auction videos and then what sold pre-record. You know what I mean? And then it was just confusing. Like I would imagine to new people when they come to my channel, they're like, "What's going on here? I want to watch what he sold. What's sold, or I just want to watch auctions or whatever."
Sure. That makes sense.
I have not ever thought of it like that, and that's why I'm still a small channel.
Well, I'm not a big channel either, but believe me.
Getting there, though.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting up there.
Are you, you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but are you close to your 4,000 watch hours?
Oh, I'm way past my 4,000 watch hours.
I figured you would be with your lives and everything.
Yeah, with all my lives and stuff. I hit my watch hours a long time ago. And I think I'm at like 809 subs right now, so I'll get there.
What's up, Bobby?
That doesn't look any better, does it? I switched cameras. Same whiteout.
You're going to be fighting your light all night again.
Your what hurts? What?
What? Shut up. Were you getting your ass Mike something?
Sure. I have lots of questions for Mike.
Oh, I do too.
I'm under the interrogation.
I was curious today. I watched you at your auction video.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just wondering, as you're going through there, are you thinking, like, this might be good for my online auction. This might be good for my booth. This might be good for eBay. Or do you just kind of buy everything you like and then decide later and split it up?
No, now that I have I have an antique booth as of the end of last year, so I do look for items for that because it's kind of new to me, the antique booth, and I could sell just about anything as long as it's not like the newest of the new. As long as you can't just go like to Target or somewhere and buy it right off the shelf today. So I do think about the antique booth, and I definitely think about the YouTube auctions. We have a lot of people that like ephemera or house lots or, just different items. So when I'm looking at things, I definitely look for antique booth items, YouTube auction items, and then, eBay, of course. But it seems most of it goes to YouTube auctions, to tell you the truth, or my antique booth. But.
Do you, I guess with your antique booth, is it worth your time right now? Like, are you doing that, I guess, really good with it? Because with mine, when I had one, mine was kind of hit or miss, but it could be my area too. So I guess the area you're in, are you in a bigger city or?
So I'm a little south of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, which is like right in the middle of the state, basically. So it's not, there's two antique malls or whatever you call them, close to me. The one is a little bit busier and they didn't have a spot for me there when I wanted to sign up. So I went to this other one and it's okay. It gets decent traffic. I mean, I've been profitable every month since I started, except for December. And a lot of it has to do with, me getting there, on a weekly basis, making sure it's stocked. And December was tough. We just had a lot going on. And it's not like I lost. Like, I think I was short. My rent is $90. And I was short like $20 that month or whatever. But it was on me because I didn't. You gotta it's like anything. It's like eBay. You got to list. It's like YouTube. You got to make videos. Antique booth. You gotta stock it, keep up with it. Move things around is a big deal. Like, because people see the same stuff all the time, they just walk on by. So,
especially when I've noticed, especially when I was selling, there'd be booths next to me that just would pile stuff in there, like not even like separated. I'm like, no one's going. I mean, there's a reason you're owing them money every month because they're the same people that'd be in there same time to pick up a check, and every single time they'd be griping because they didn't make any money. It's like, well, because you don't space out your items.
Right, and that's the other thing is I picked, it was my first antique booth, so I have a very small space. It's 8x6. And I try not to have it too jam-packed in there, So I don't know. I see we have those booths in our antique mall too. It's just packed with stuff, and like just visually when I see all that stuff, it just gives me it gives me agita. I can't it doesn't have to be like neat and organized where everything has a foot of space around it, but it has to be somewhat organized. I don't know, for me at least as a buyer. So when I'm trying to do my own antique booth, I try to keep it that way as well. But you do have to keep it stocked with a lot of stuff because, especially smalls and stuff. So that's like your bread and butter. Then I have a couple big ticket items in there.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty good.
Have you thought about doing, and people probably get annoyed at me for talking about this on my channel so much, but have you ever thought about doing high bid auctions?
One of the guys I watch all the time, Global Voodoo. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him, but
no, I'll write it down though.
Yeah, he's like one of the original. He's up there with like Pete, Craigslist Hunter, and those guys and stuff. So he was one of the guys that was doing YouTube as a reseller for a long time, and he just started doing high bid auctions. So if you're into high bid auctions, he's got a couple good videos on starting out. And I don't know. I like the idea, but I guess it's like anything where you have to build a following there as well. I think for him, he wanted to try. He's in Arizona, and I know he wanted to try to reach more local, like pickup items and stuff. He does a lot of like flea markets and stuff, but he has a short window with the heat out there, to do like outdoor like yard sales and garage sales because it gets so hot all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've looked into it. With my YouTube auctions, it's just, I don't know. It's just better for me to do YouTube auctions, I think. What are you showing there?
I got an I Love Hooters pin.
Oh, okay.
I was just sitting here thinking, like,
Mike says, "Oh, okay." Like a little kid just walked into the room and said, "Look what I drew."
You're like over there, like, what I found.
That's nice, Charlie. Now move along. I got this. I bought this from Paul, the Philly Flipper.
Oh, okay.
I thought he'd be hurt if I didn't show it off. It says, "I love Hooters."
Right. It's a great pin.
Because I'm a classy guy.
Are you going to sell it? Are you going to sell it or keep it?
I'll probably keep it.
Oh, okay.
It smells like Philly. No, I ordered that from him, and the box arrives today, and it's a 2-pound box. And I'm like, what the hell? I bought a pin. So he sent my wife this giant roller skating Santa. That it's actually one of the funniest damn things I ever saw. We put it on the floor and turned it on, and this stupid little thing. But Marcy's going to do a video on that pretty soon. So you had a question in the chat, Mike. I think it was.
Oh, where's it at? I'll try to find it.
Papa Bear asked if you're looking.
Rich. Hey, Rich. Good to see you, buddy. I don't know. I've thought about it, I guess, but just because I have a small space. But I think right now, probably not yet. Right now, like the one actually next to me did open up maybe 2 months ago. I thought about it for a minute, but I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out because I have a lot of smalls and it's like up and down. Like some days I'll have, or some weeks I'll have really high amount of sales, and then I'll go a day or two where I don't sell anything. And I'm just trying to figure out like what's there or what the people that go there like to buy more than not. So maybe someday, but I think I'd have to start seeing better returns in the one that I'm in right now. I mean, I'm doing okay, so it just gets tight with like when I have bigger items because I only have 48 square feet of space.
All right.
And like, you need shelving and so.
We just, as of today, we've got our 4th booth in a row, and it's, but our booths are actually just like shelving spots.
So right, I've seen the video.
Like, yep. I don't know, it's 15 feet long or 16 feet, I think we got total. So,
My last booth, I had 3 bookshelves, and that was they were pretty limited on space, but luckily I knew the owner, and he gave me like the front door. But the problem with the front door, I learned, and I told him to move my space, but it worked out because, not for him, but they ended up going out of business. But I noticed I had a lot of theft happening, and I asked him to look at his security footage, and he was one of those guys that just had a fake camera at the front. So like there was nothing I could do, and I kept losing money. I was making money every month, but I was also losing merchandise because people were stealing, and I kept sending in the worst stuff that I had that I did not want to put on my eBay store, and it just sucked. I'm like, why do people have to steal?
Right.
I'll give you a discount.
Right. I have a problem with every time I go to the booth, I find other people's items in my booth. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if it's like my booth is like a dumping ground for stuff that people don't want from other booths.
Here's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that somebody picks up something they think they're going to buy, and then they see something better at my booth, so they just swap them out.
Oh yeah, maybe that is what's happening. But some of the stuff that people leave, like I think is pretty cool, and like I'm half tempted to just switch, because I bring my price tags with me. I'm like, I'll just throw my price tag. I'll give the guy a little something, or the girl, whoever's booth it was from. You know what I mean?
Give him a cut.
Right, I'll give him a cut. I'm no stranger to that.
That sounds very mafia. I'm going to steal I'm taking.
It doesn't matter, Chuck. No matter what it sounds, if you're making money, you're making money.
Right, we're all making money. Let's do
it. We all have a little bit of mafia in us.
Right.
Gangsta. Hey, Harry's here.
Hey, Gina.
Look at all the people.
Okay, I got a question for you, Mike.
Okay.
What is your biggest pet peeve? And it doesn't even have to be reselling.
Oh, good. Because I'll give you my biggest reselling pet peeve is the post office. I'll tell you that. Just anything that has to do with the post office. But
I agree.
Like just a side note, I sold I sold 48 vintage ashtrays to one person in my last auction last Sunday night.
Wow.
And the box was 19 pounds. Okay. I wrapped them all up individually in bubble wrap and packed it all real good. And I went to, do the shipping, and UPS or the post office wanted to charge me like 26 something, and UPS was like $12.40. So it's cheaper. And I know it got there in one day. Now it was going to somebody in Pennsylvania, right? But I had sent, this person has bought from me before, and I sent it through the post office priority, and it takes, like 9 or 10 days to get, I'm in the middle of the state. Pennsylvania's not that big, for those of you that don't know. I mean, it's okay, but like it took 9 days to get, I could have drove it to the guy's house like 6 times, And half the time when you send something post office, like imagine sending 48 glass ashtrays in the post office mail. Like, they're going to get broken, right?
Right.
UPS cheaper, quicker, and nothing's broken. So that's my biggest pet peeve for reselling. My just biggest pet peeve in general is just like being on time. People that aren't on time, like people that are late. Like if we say we're going to meet somewhere at a time, like be there at the time, a little early. You know what I mean? Like I hate waiting on people or like waiting for things. I don't know. Like that's my biggest pet peeve is like we're all busy. I get it. You know what I mean? I'm busy too. But if we say we're going to be there at 8 o'clock or whatever, let's be there at 8 o'clock. Don't roll in at 8:15. Like I don't know. That's my biggest pet peeve. Time.
No, I completely agree with that. I
told you, Mike, I had things to do tonight.
I deal with a lot of those people because I sell on Facebook Marketplace too.
Right.
And I just had this happen last night. I literally waited. The guy's like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to be there," because he was supposedly driving an hour and a half to the west side of our town and that's about 15, 20 minutes for me to get over there.
Mm-hmm.
So I got over there and I'm waiting, messaged him, and all of a sudden he just quits responding.
Oh, no.
So I even waited longer than I usually do. I'm like, well, maybe he got caught up in traffic. So I gave him an extra 20 minutes, and then I was like, screw this. I got other buyers.
Right.
Like, it's just frustrating because I'm like, I value my time so much.
Right. Because I'm always thinking about what I could be doing when I'm sitting there. Like I hate just waiting. Like I have so much. I mean, as a reseller, you could be listing, you could be, researching, photographing, whatever.
Now, I do list when I'm waiting on people because I do from my phone a lot.
Yeah.
And then I go back into YouTube if I decide on YouTube. Go back into eBay and promote the listing if I decide to do that. But I usually do most of my listing from my phone just because it's convenient. And if I'm stuck somewhere or waiting on someone, I can get, 3 to 4 listings or more done. And at least I feel somewhat accomplished. But yesterday I was so angry I wasn't. It wasn't helping. No matter how much I listed while I was sitting there, is like, dude, are you kidding me?
My biggest pet peeve is redheads. Can't stand it.
Me too. They're the worst.
I can say that because it's just by God's grace I wasn't born with red hair. My dad's family, they're all redheads.
Oh, okay. We're trying to repopulate the world. We're an endangered species. Yeah, Philly Picker knows it took 21 days to ship that package to Philly Picker. It went to North Carolina and then
what?
I don't know. Don't ask me. Yeah. Next time I'll use UPS, Joe.
That's government math.
And just think, the post office prices are going to be jumping probably soon with them talking about, raising the prices and stuff. So
I'm telling you, seriously, like I know it's going to sound crazy. I'm all for them raising prices. I mean, I hope they get it.
They could have done it a long time ago.
If they get it up to the price of UPS and FedEx like normally, then it won't be a tough decision for me to make anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like really, and I know it's weird to say. I mean, you'll still need them for first class things, but I try to use the other either FedEx or UPS when I can. It's ridiculous.
Good.
Yeah, I had so many issues. I had a VCR, and I guess I understand. You remember in December when they had all those like major delays and stuff?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then they blame the pandemic, even though they do this every year when they have these issues. It's like, sure, the pandemic's not helping you, but at the same time, I've dealt with this every Christmas.
Right.
And I had a VCR that was supposed to go to someone in Colorado. It shipped from my post office on December 9th and then disappeared.
Right.
The guy messages me. I didn't realize he did not get it yet. A month later, and goes, "Hey, I don't want to ask for a refund, but I'd like to know where my merchandise is." And I'm like, "You waited a month?" Like, that's what I was thinking in my head. So I called the post office. They're like, "Oh, it probably got lost in Indianapolis, which is about an hour north of me, like the main hub or whatever." And I'm like, "Well, what do I do?" "Well, let's just hope it turns up." And I'm like,
right.
"What kind of business motto is that?"
Right.
Like, I ended up refunding the guy because by the time he got it, the box was smashed and the VCR was cracked. And I'm just like, and I had it bubble wrapped and everything. And it looked like someone literally got it lodged into a machine somewhere or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what else is annoying? Haikus. They're like poems. They don't rhyme. They don't have like a cadence to them. They're stupid. I just thought I'd throw that there.
Yeah, you're right, Chuck. I never thought about that. You're right.
Hi, Jen. Hi, Louis.
Hi, Jen.
Think about that tonight.
Or Louis. Sorry.
So Mike, is there something that, like, when you see it at a thrift store or an auction, like, you're always going to buy it no matter what? Well, not unless the price is outrageous, but
right. Oh, I don't know if there's something. Let me think. There's something. I don't know. Pencils, probably. I sell a lot of crazy vintage pencils, and I usually, and like, it's one of those items that people usually don't think to pick up, and they're usually not priced very high or whatever. I like weird stuff. Ephemera, usually that's another item that's like, you can get a box of just old paper for like nothing,
Right. Yeah.
And most people aren't even looking twice at that kind of stuff. So yeah, as long as the prices aren't too high on that weird stuff. And some of that stuff, like, I like, because I'll sell video games and that kind of stuff as well. But if you have a ephemera piece, you're not competing against 100 other resellers with the same, like a video game. You know what I mean? Like, I.
Time and down.
But when you got a video game that 40 or 50 other resellers have, you have to do something different sometimes. Free shipping or lower the price a little bit or something if you want to move it.
Yeah, that's how I got started, was selling the unsexy stuff, we always call it.
Right.
Tablecloths and Tupperware.
Yeah.
I want to learn about pencils, though, because I do see boxes of pencils at a lot of auctions.
Oh, no. You know what? I got a better one for you. Cuisinart. Anything Cuisinart items. Yeah. I will pick that up. I mean, as long as it's not crazy priced, but especially now with like garage sale or yard sale season coming up, with the weather's turning. I'm telling you what, I part out Cuisinarts all the time. If you're a reseller, you can usually pick up Cuisinarts pretty cheap. Art Vandelay had a video where he picked up one for $6 in the thrift store. The whole shebang. And Cuisinart, go look up Cuisinart parts right now. I sell the blades, the bowls, the lids, even the base. You can get a couple bucks, because you try to ship it all or sell it all together, you'll get some decent money. But I part all that stuff out.
I don't mean to sound stupid, but how do you spell that?
Cuisinart.
I think that's right.
Earlier.
I concur.
Oh, I didn't hit the thumbs up. Here we go. I got it now. Sorry. I saw dinner.
You are our guest. Come on.
Sorry. I just did it. I got it.
That's just rude. Guest in Nate's home. And
right.
Makes me sick.
I've parted out Cuisinart. One of my favorites was, I think I paid $2 or $3 for it. And when I bought it, I remember I heard the auctioneer. He put his hand over the mic, and he said to the guy next to him, "This is why I effing hate household auctions." Because it was a Cuisinart food processor, and then there was a big crate full of blades for it.
Yeah.
And I got it for like $3 because nobody was bidding.
Yeah.
And I was getting $20 for each of them blades.
Yeah. People break their blades or their bowls, or they put them in the dishwasher or whatever, and it gets messed up, or whatever happens to them. And that stuff sells quick, because Art bought that one at a thrift store. I said, "Art, you got to list that. Part it out and list it." And he sold, like, it took him a while to finally, like, part it out and list it. But once he did, he sold, like, the whole thing in 2 weeks.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah.
Good answers.
Thank you. Thank you. Hopefully I get a grade at the end of this.
You got 11 points for that answer.
11. Okay, cool.
11 points.
Thank you.
Okay, I got another one for you.
All right. Keep them coming. Rapid fire.
So, do you drink coffee?
I sure do, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
If you had to give up coffee or alcohol for the rest of your life, which one would you choose?
Coffee. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a big alcohol drinker, but as a reseller, you're super busy all the time and things are happening and customers are, maybe it's not they give you, the business on a certain day or whatever. Anyway, it's nice to take a break, when you take a break and just sit down with a beer or drink or whatever and just like get your mind away from it. And coffee's more of a thing just to get me jump started in the morning. Like, I'll have 2 cups and I'm done. But I do drink coffee every day. But if I had to give one of those up, I'd give up coffee for sure.
Same. What about you, Chuck?
I've already mostly given up coffee, so because I had blood pressure issues, so I went to tea because of lower caffeine. So that's easy.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
What kind of tea you drink?
I don't know.
Can we have Marcy tell us what kind of tea you drink later?
Whatever's on sale. I know I don't like too many flavors, though. It's usually just a black tea.
Okay.
You got a question, Mike.
Uh-oh.
From Misha. What's
the story on the rigged wheel? So on my auction channel, we as a prize for the people that purchase an item, we used to write people's names down who won an item, and we put it into a hat, and then at the end of the night we'd pick a name out of the hat. Actually, we picked 2 names, and then whoever name we picked, we give them like a mystery prize. We add a mystery prize to their purchases, and it's usually something in the same theme of what they bought that night or previously from us, right? But then I was on Johnny, Cajun Roots Resellers morning show one time, or one of his shows. I don't know if it was I guess it wasn't the morning show, but one of his shows, and he had this website he was at with this wheel, like spinning wheel, and you put enter the people's names, and I was like, that's a lot easier than writing everybody's name down on a piece of paper and putting it into a hat. So I just blatantly stole it from Johnny, and I put the logo on it. It's great. I'm a big stealer of great ideas. So, so I have this website wheel, right? But the people that don't win think it's rigged because I have people that buy multiple items every auction that I have, and they seem to win on the wheel all the time. So they say it's the people that don't win on the wheel say it's rigged, but it's not rigged. But we're gonna do something different. We're not doing the wheel this weekend. This Sunday night is Easter, so we're gonna do a little something different. No wheel, rigged or not, this Sunday. But if you want to see what we're doing, come by on 7:00 Eastern on Sunday night on my channel, on my new channel.
And Mike's auctions are a lot of fun, even if you don't buy anything.
Yeah.
I've never won an auction. I've bid on a few things, but I just have fun in the chat. It's just a fun time, like here.
Yeah, we have a great crowd, and we're adding new people all the time, and it's a good place. Everyone's nice to each other, and people give each other items and stuff. We do a lot of lots. Does that make sense? A lot of lots.
Many lots.
A lot of the lots are lots of items. No, I don't know. Anyway, so they'll somebody will say, "Oh, I like that. Whatever. I like that one lighter out of the group of 10 lighters or whatever." And the person that wins will be like, "Hey, can you send them that lighter?" And I'll be like, "Okay."
Yeah, that's true. They do a lot of that.
Thank you for the kind words, D.
She's right, though. We are pretty awesome.
Yeah.
He left you out, Mike, didn't you?
Right. That's okay. You guys are awesome. I aspire to be awesome.
Keep working on it.
Right. I know. It's like you just can't be awesome. You got to get there.
You got more plaid, more more hats.
Yeah, I didn't get the green shirt memo, so thanks for that, guys. Appreciate that.
I didn't even realize Chuck was wearing a green shirt. Sorry, Chuck. I was ignoring your clothing choice for tonight.
Well, I assumed you were going to have on your green onesie. That's
if you guys said it's green shirt night, I would have got the onesie out.
Next time we'll have to.
Opportunities. Hey, do you sell pencils even if they're half used and even if the eraser's hard? Will they still sell?
Yeah, they'll still sell. I'll usually lot those ones up with other ones though. But there's collectible ones that are unused. But the eraser will still be real hard. Yeah. But I've sold pencils that are used before. But it's hard to sell them individually though. It's better to sell them as a lot.
That's good to know, because I'm totally stealing that from you.
Do it.
I'm entering the market, man.
Yeah.
So I got a question on the other end of the spectrum then.
Okay.
Anything that you just will not ever sell again? You got burned too many times?
Oh, yeah, that's a good. I don't know if there's anything I wouldn't sell. Let me try to think. I try not I like glassware, cool bar glasses or whatever, pint glasses or whatever, stuff like that. I have an issue with it really, because I see stuff that's cool and I'm like, I'm just gonna buy it, right? Because usually that stuff's kind of cheap too. But one, it doesn't sell well for me, and then two, I worry to death when it gets till it gets there. You know what I mean? And then it's always an issue. So I don't know if I wouldn't buy it again and sell it, because I do. I'm more selective, I guess now we'll say, and I have different outlets and stuff. So. Probably clothes. Clothes is another one. I started out with clothes with a lot of resellers, but I didn't really do too well with them, so I moved over to hard goods pretty quickly. I'll still sell clothes occasionally, but it's got to be new tags or really popular, something really popular.
You got a question? I know it says for Nate, but he corrected himself below. The big brother wants to know. Basically, how do you start selling on YouTube, or how you started, or how does someone that has never done it go about getting it started?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, if you haven't noticed, there's a lot of online auctions on YouTube, and Crispy's Toys and Treasures. I did just see a copy of that letter. There's a couple, we'll say, irregularities in that letter, at least the version that I saw. But yeah, I mean, really, if you have a YouTube channel, obviously, it's a lot of work. You got to get you got to get your lots together. You got to have your PayPal set up, ready to go. Get your StreamYard. StreamYard has a cost. There's a free. You get so many hours a month free, but then, like me, I have to pay for the whatever, the real version or the advanced version, whatever they call it, because I go way over the hours they give you for free. You need a registration form of some kind so you can keep track of who's coming in and bidding on your items, and how, more importantly, how to ship those items out to those people that win the bids. What else? I don't know. Just have good items that people like. It takes a little while to build a following. Maybe if you're just starting out first, a lot of online or a lot of YouTube auction channels will allow you to maybe stop in and sell a few things. That's how I got started on Global Voodoo's live one night. He was having an auction. I jumped in, and he's like, "Hey, you got some stuff to sell?" And I just grabbed stuff from my room, and I sold it, and then I just started having auctions, and it just kind of got bigger and bigger from there. I mean, it's not huge right now. There's definitely bigger auction channels than mine, but
it looks stressful. It looks like it's a lot of work, and it's stressful.
Yeah.
You do have a great.
You got to keep track of everything too. I know it's different, but when I do my high bid auctions, it's stressful because it's just me that does the reselling. I mean, I don't have help from my wife or my daughter, so I'm doing everything from keeping track, making sure that I have a list on who's paid, who hasn't paid, and it's a lot of work. But I don't know. I'm kind of addicted to the stress, I guess.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of work. Yeah.
Gino had a phone call. He wants us to start over.
All right. So everyone, Mike, January house special guest tonight.
Only for Gino, though.
Only for Gino, right?
Here's a question for you, Mike. What advice would you give a newbie doing their first auction on YouTube for types of items to have?
Definitely no Harry Potter items. I would stay away from that. I'm just kidding. Jen is a big Harry Potter fan.
Okay.
And I upset her the other day. And we were in a different chat somewhere, and I was ragging on Harry Potter books and stuff. And she told me we're not friends anymore. So I had to throw that in there.
I'm an idiot. I have my pen. I'm like, no Harry Potter.
That stuff sells very well. So Harry Potter items would be good. I'd say whatever you're going to do when you're first starting out, do small items, right? Because, the shipping part of it is tough, right? Because you got to go to pirate ship or you can do it through PayPal if you want. But you want to be able to pack the items up quickly and get them out quickly to the people that bought them from you. And it's a little easier with smaller type items. Video games, cards, all the cards are hot right now. All the sports cards, the non-sports cards are hot. I don't know, little things like little pocket knives. People are buying them like crazy. Some vintage, anything vintage is usually pretty good. But I would start with smaller items when you're first starting out. Right, I'm more of a Twilight guy. I'm on the werewolf side. I don't know.
Team, what's his name?
Right, Team Brian or whatever his name is. I don't know.
Brian. Team Harry guy. I don't know. I actually read the first Twilight book.
You did?
Yes, because my daughter was into them, and I thought kind of a bonding thing.
Yeah.
I actually found it kind of disturbing.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, because he threatens her. I mean, he tells her, he creeps into her room at night. He tells her, "Don't make me mad because it's dangerous for you." I mean, he stalks her. He threatens. It's like this.
Wait. These things are wrong to do.
This is what I'm told.
I'm just kidding.
This is why you're on parole.
Right, exactly. That's right. Hold on. No, I think it's good to read the books that your kids are reading anyway. You're right, for bonding, but just to see what the heck the stories are about. Really, I mean, yeah, Twilight. I have no idea. It's about vampires and werewolves, right, or whatever. Kids.
They're kind of like romance stories, though.
Yeah.
And it's kind of an unhealthy relationship, in my opinion.
Yeah. Team Jacob. That's me. Team Jacob.
Jacob. All right.
Yeah. Brian's brother. Jacob.
I've never heard of a werewolf named Brian. That's just not a werewolfy name. Steve. That's a good werewolf
Steve,
name.
Right. Werewolf Steve. I like him too. He's good. They're just less talked about. Like when you see the movies, Brian and Steve are in the background. Jacob is in the front, in
fights.
Right. Just Brian and Steve do all the dirty work.
Kind of like the vampires. You got Count Dracula and you got Count Larry.
Right, yeah. Right.
Sarcastic storage. I actually sell a lot. A lot of my auctions attract people with flea market booths. So a lot of what I consider junk that I'm selling in lots, they buy it up all the time, and I love it.
Yeah. I saw a lot of or on our channels we saw a lot of house lots, I call it, because I didn't want to call it junk drawer lot.
Yeah.
I think that's a really I don't like calling my stuff I don't like telling people I sell junk on eBay. I think that sounds negative. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does.
Whatever. If people say it, it's okay, but I just don't like doing it. So in our chat, somebody came up with the term a house lot, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool because I buy storage lockers and I go to live auctions, and I have a lot of items that might not go. It's easy to have a group, 5 or 6 vintage lighters, and here's a lot, right? But then I have all this other just stuff. I don't have 7 of these to sell as a lot, but so I take a thing here, a thing there, and I put it in a box. I'm like, here, it's a house lot. and it's usually a lot of smaller things. And people that have antique booths buy it, or some eBay buyers, or some of the buyers have eBay stores and they'll sell them in their stores as well. Plush items, stuffed animals and stuff like them, they're very popular as well. But again, you got to watch the shipping on that, right? I mean, if you're doing a lot, you could have a pretty big box, and you have to determine. Like, we do free shipping on my auctions, and some people do plus shipping, so you have to kind of determine what is going to work best for you. I'd suggest doing plus shipping first, just so you get a handle on it. Especially depending on your cost of your items that are going out the door, because it's easy to either not make much money or lose money if you're doing free shipping, just like eBay, right?
I lost a lot of money when I first started eBay from free shipping, because I'm like, I'm going to be the next Amazon, and it's like, whoa, buddy, you're losing money.
Right.
How's it going, Josh?
Hey, Josh.
Yeah, I charge on all my auctions. I charge shipping.
Yeah,
and I also charge, which some people think is crazy, but I put it in bold so they see it, a $5 handling fee, just because of the cost to go into the post office and everything. But I show them what they're paying for shipping is the exact cost that the post office is charging me, or pirate ship in my case.
Right.
It's like, I'm not trying to pull anything over you. And there's some auctions around here that charge a $10 to $15 handling fee. So I actually have like the cheapest one, because you also have those people that decide not to pay. So all of a sudden they disappear.
Right. Yeah.
I think you're the first person I've met that actually uses the handling fee. I've never thought of it. I've always saw it on there and just thought, no, I'm not going to do that. But
I'm a douchebag, okay? I'm like, handling fee for everyone.
It had to be said.
Hey, as long as you're upfront with it, and and people know, that's fine. You know what I mean?
And I do it the lowest cost possible. Like I said, I'm not some of these places. And my premium is pretty cheap too. Mine's 10%, and a lot of people around here charge anywhere between 15 and 25% on top of whatever you win it for. And I'm the cheapest one. I think that's why I get a lot of business, just because everyone knows they can come to me and not have to pay so much.
Right.
You're talking about like on HiBid? Is that?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking eBay.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I don't sell on like YouTube either, but I was just talking about my experience with auctions through HiBid.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's the only experience I have with auctions. Shut up, Chuck.
Yeah, I'm going to make fun of you for that, because
you're a loser.
Right. I'm taking notes. Mike's next auction, handling fee, $5.
Hey, there you go.
Free shipping, handling fee, $20.
Hey, I took a note about your labeling things as house lots instead of just like a random lot, because sometimes I'll put that in my auction and those lots never do well.
Yeah. I think the terminology, sometimes throws people off. Like, well, I don't know, junk. Like, I don't like using the word junk. I see Chuck's comment, I sell rubbish. That was funny. But I don't know. I didn't like it. And somebody in the chat said, how about a house lot? I was like, okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, I wish I would have thought of that. Like I said, sometimes I'm not the best with titling things, and I know that hurts my sales sometimes.
Yeah,
I've gotten a lot better, but when I first, looking back at my first auction, I was just like, no wonder you didn't make much money, man.
Actually, the one guy I buy from a lot on HiBid, his are funny, because if he gives any description, which he often doesn't, he misspells things that I've seen him like misidentify things, and it's just like, whatever, dude. So you're kind of totally relying on his pictures and just hoping you get it cheap.
Are you flexing again, Chuck?
Yeah, I hear you. Cha-ching.
Oh,
you're like, oh, nothing big, just sold a bunch of stuff.
Pardon me. It's still not me, damn it.
I think, Marcy, I just gave her a wrench. I did not realize that. If anyone needs a wrench, feel free to let me know because I'll give everyone a And if you want to share your links or share anyone else's links, feel free to.
By the way, I released an awesome video today.
You did. It was great.
I'm such a moron. I feel like I got this new software, so it's like I'm gonna do stuff.
You looked really good in it. Like your beard was all straight and nice, and your hair was all done. Like you were like all done up.
I had people for that.
Yeah, you went to you spent some time in the makeup chair.
Went to Glamour Shots, and
I didn't know what was going on at first when I saw the CD, and then I saw the power tool. I was like, what's happening here? And then I was like, oh, I get it.
I was confused too at first.
I won't ruin it for anybody. It gets better. Just give it some time.
That's what I keep telling my wife.
I was just teasing. It was funny. I left you a funny comment.
Yes, you did. Thank you. Hey, I got another question. When you stream, do you ever stream through Facebook and YouTube?
No, I've never done it that way.
I'm always tempted to try it, and then I thought with my luck, something will crash when we come on. So,
is there a way to? Is it like how would you do it through StreamYard or?
StreamYard gives you the option. You can pick other things to stream through. You can pick Instagram or Facebook or.
Oh, you can.
All at the same time, I guess.
And when they comment, though, the comments are on that Facebook. Then I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, I think you can see them in StreamYard, the Facebook ones, but again,
you can. Oh, okay.
Behind, like it is anyway. That's my assumption. I've seen other people do it, and they're saying, "Oh, here's a comment from Facebook."
Oh, okay.
I don't know how they know it's from Facebook, but that's all.
No, I never did it that way. I don't know. I'm not real great with Facebook and Instagram.
Me too. I
mean, I try to post there, and it's usually just promoting one of my auctions, really. But yeah, I need to do better with Facebook and Instagram for sure.
Yeah, Instagram, I'm just confused. I'm a moron on there. I don't even know how to use it. Like on the user end of it, I'm like, okay, how do I stop this video? I get frustrated.
Well, like I never know when like people tag me and they tag me in a story, and I'm like, I don't really know what am I do. Like sometimes you can like it, and sometimes you can't. Like sometimes it's one of those like that just spins and it goes next to the next one. I'm like, well what happened there? Like, am I supposed to do something there? Like I'm always because I always want to make sure like if they tag me in a post, that's easy. I can like it, and people know, okay, the guy liked it, I don't know.
I don't either.
I'm terrible when it comes to social media. I suck at it.
You don't do TikTok, do you, Mike?
Oh my gosh, no. People send me TikTok things. I can't. Oh my gosh, I can't. Like I said, I can barely get I need to promote my channel and things I sell more on Instagram and Facebook. TikTok is just ridiculous. At least the things my buddies send me, it's just people fighting each other and like crazy dancing videos and stuff. I'm like, I don't know. I don't have time. Like, I got so much going on.
Just don't ever, if you do have someone sending you TikToks, don't ever look up me because you'll never want to be on the show again.
Well, I don't think it's weird that you can watch someone can send me a TikTok video and then I can watch TikTok video like the other ones that spin, that come in after.
Oh yeah.
You don't have TikTok. Like I'm like, well, how am I watching this thing? Like I don't know. Right. We are old men talking about technology. I have no idea. Yeah, I just stay away from TikTok. I know it's very popular.
I just have a problem posting consistently on there because I took a long break, but like a week-long break just to quit it because my brother's always sending me videos and stuff. I'm just like, I got to quit going down this rabbit hole of watching these videos because it takes up too much time.
Yeah. I have enough trouble trying to keep up with the people on YouTube, their videos.
Oh, me too.
I feel bad. Like I don't get to watch I mean, having my YouTube channel is great, and I have so much fun with it. I love making videos, but the downside is like I don't have enough time now. Like when I'm watching someone else's video, like a part of me is like I could be making a video right now.
Yeah, I feel you. Hey Corey, hey Big Thrift Philly. I gotta make sure all these people are wrenched.
Art Vandelay's here.
Did you really just say that? Didn't we discuss this earlier?
Right.
Saturday Dan's here.
What about him? What?
Is it my turn to leave now? Is that what you're saying?
You were the filler.
I'm the fluffer. Sorry. Was that too far?
Maybe on Nate's channel, not on mine. What? I just saw my name on something. Was it?
Was it a bill?
Are you looking at a screen or what are you looking at?
Never mind.
Yeah, I could do TikTok in my onesies. I should.
You could be like that El Chaco guy. Have you guys ever seen him?
No, I don't think you can say El Chaco now.
What?
I don't know.
I thought you were serious.
I'm never serious.
This guy, all he does is he has a few dance moves, and it's like him and his three friends that just do these dance moves to the same music, but it's hilarious. They just do a lot of pelvic thrusts and stuff with cowboy hats on, and he's got like 1 million views. And I don't know. I guess I'm the only one. Never mind.
No, I don't. It's on TikTok? You're saying, right?
No, this is on YouTube.
Oh, on YouTube.
You could be, in a onesie just doing pelvic thrusts and probably, get rich.
Right. Okay. All right. I'll try it. I'll try it out.
And then Mike never hosted another YouTube auction.
Right. Exactly. We don't know what happened to him.
He became El Onezo or something.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see what Johnny said about setting?
Yeah, I see there's a lot of words there, and I see he put a lot of words together. And, maybe I'll take a screenshot because I'll have to have someone better than me decipher what he's talking about.
Link your Facebook on stream. Yes. Yeah, I actually clicked on it once, and then it wanted me to allow all these things, and I got scared. He does it for all the morning live. I didn't realize you were on Facebook in the morning, Johnny. My eyes itch.
This is getting awkward, Chuck.
What? You've seen me cry.
I didn't say I enjoyed it.
Right.
Listening to careless whispers in the dark,
Okay, I got a question for you, Mike.
Okay, buddy.
What is the weirdest thing a guest has ever done at your house?
That is a question.
I like that one.
What is the weirdest thing a guest ever did at my house? I don't know. What kind of people are you hanging out with? My guests are normally, pretty civilized. I would think. I don't know. I'd have to come back. Can I come back?
Yeah, you can come back to that. You got
I'm
anything?
I'm not passing. I just need some time.
I got one.
You do?
I don't know why I should tell this.
Just do it, man.
We were having a birthday party for my son, and it was time for one of his friends to go home, and all of a sudden he disappeared, and we couldn't find him. And I'm looking around, and I could hear giggling in the bathroom.
Oh boy!
I knocked on the door, and they just laughed louder. So I opened the door, and here's these two little boys peeing, swinging it like this.
Oh boy!
And like the toilet's here, and they're swinging like this. And they both looked at me and made eye contact with me and kept doing it and kept laughing. I'm like, what the hell?
That is pretty weird.
That is weird. What did you do?
I just said, Timmy, your mom's here, and I closed the door. I didn't know what to do.
You're like, this is it.
That's the weirdest thing I saw.
That is weird.
Yeah, I don't know if I have any crazy stories like that. I don't know. I really have to think about that one. Most people that come over, yeah, I don't know.
I remember in college once we lived in this really dumpy mobile home, and like right when you came in the front door, the ceiling was like just 6 foot or something, and we're all drinking, and this one guy just suddenly, for no reason, in the middle of the night, he just starts going and punching holes in the ceiling.
Oh no!
So that ended the night quick.
That always ruins it.
Yeah, that's always a buzzkill.
I think we're done now.
Right? Yeah, I think the party's over.
So I have a pretty weird one. So this girl that used to hang out with my daughter, they had a sleepover, and I was sleeping on the couch, and I hear someone like going through the utensils in the kitchen, and I'm like, who the hell is in the kitchen this early? So I'm like too afraid to like look, because no, I mean, it's disrespectful, but the girl was a weirdo. And she so I felt like someone was standing over me, and I slowly peeked my eye, and she's standing over me while I'm sleeping, holding something. And I'm like, this is how I'm going to go out?
This is it. This is the end.
And that day, we were taking her and my daughter to this animal. It's called Zoopolis, where you bring your own vegetables. And she just started going in the kitchen, chopping up vegetables by herself. And at the time, I think she was like 10 or 11 or something. But I'm just like, why did you stand over me? Like who does that to someone? Like,
what was she holding?
You do what?
What was she holding?
I think the knife she used to chop up the vegetables. We didn't, because we woke up and she was eating ice cream and everything, and it was like 8 a.m.
Well, I guess it's a good thing you woke up.
Well, yeah. I wish I didn't, because on the way there, instead of telling us she wasn't feeling good, she literally looked down and just started puking all over her clothes. Like, instead of like trying to get out the window of the car, she's just like sitting there. And my wife, we had to pull over at this trash compacting site. My wife went inside and we hosed her down in the parking lot. Like we're still traumatized from it, but
that's the whole thing.
It's like, Jesus Christ.
I love kids.
Well, at least
how many children do you have, Mike?
3.
All girls or one of you?
No, my oldest is 12. My oldest daughter is 12, and then my son is 7, and my youngest is 2.
Oh, I didn't know you had some that young.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, your oldest is the one that's the helper sometimes, right?
Yes, unnamed helper. Yes, she helps me in my auctions. Yeah.
She does.
She had a weird, well, not a weird friend. She had a friend over that did something weird. I guess it might have been the weirdest thing. Like I was making dinner. I forget what the heck I made. Like just something like, I think I was grilling hot dogs or something. And we had this like stack of like napkins in the middle of the table, like with the other, with like the whatever condiments there. And this girl was eating and everything was fine. And then she had a napkin in front of her and like she wiped her mouth with it. And then she set it back like in the middle, like on the top of the pile of the other napkins. And it was like, no one said anything. I was just like, and then like I asked my daughter, like, why did she do that afterwards? She's like, I don't know. She's like, because I always mess with her. Like my daughter's like, I always like give her the business when she comes in. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, like I had pumpkins on my, Halloween, you decorate pumpkins. Well, like the one year I left them out like too long. You know how they get like all, I don't know, like mushy and then they like disintegrate down. Well, she came to the house like looking for my daughter the one day. And I was like, what'd you do to those pumpkins? Like, is it right next to her? And she's looking at me like, what? I'm like, look at my pumpkins. What did you do to them? And she's like, like, I'm like, I'm just kidding with you. You know what I mean? So my daughter's like, I don't know why she put that napkin back, but you make her nervous. She said, you're always messing with her.
That's pretty weird, though.
I don't know. That's kind of weird. Yeah, that's a weird story.
Oh, just so you guys know, the reason I'm looking down is because my camera's here, but I got StreamYard up on my main where I can pop up the chat. and it's on my main screen. So my main screen's here, so it looks like I'm looking down at Chuck, but I'm looking at the chat. So I apologize if it looks weird.
I'm actually a ventriloquist. One man show.
Oh, Dan's throwing shade at you, Mike.
What did that guy say?
That's true. That's true. I know. No, I know. These guys have good stories. Yeah, I have a kind of a boring life. But I mean that napkin story is real. Like I don't have kids sword fighting in the bathroom or anything like that. Or like trying to kill me when I sleep.
Well, we've all thought about killing Nate in his sleep, but
that, by the way, after that whole day, that was the last time she ever came over.
Yeah, she ever came back.
Yeah, it was mostly the puking, but like, there's no way I was sleeping with her in the house again.
Right.
She probably thought you were weird.
I'm sorry, but you cannot think someone else is weird when you're the one standing over them while they're sleeping.
Right, cutting up vegetables.
That is creepy, man.
That is creepy.
Oh, we already got the kids' question. So, do you have any marketable skills for a real job, Mike? What would you be doing if you weren't reselling?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. Let me see. What would I do? You know what I'd like to do if I wasn't like, I don't even know if this is a real job anymore, but like, when you watch like an old movie about like the casino industry, and there was like people that would like entertain the whales or the big like gamblers and stuff, like try to get them in to the casino and like give them what they want, like take care of them. And like, I don't know. I just feel like that would be something I'd be cool. Like it would be cool to do. Like if you were like a big time gambler, I'd try to get you into my casino and like find out what you liked and like have the big suite stocked with, the finest Wisconsin cheeses or whatever.
I want bratwurst.
Right. Random like things you can't get, like, you know what I mean? Like, and just be like, see, I don't know.
M&Ms.
Yeah, right. I get you your bowl M&Ms and take out all the green ones. No, you like green. I take out all the yellow ones or whatever. Yeah, a casino host. I don't know. Like, I don't know why. Like when I would see those movies, like, and people would be doing that, I thought that was a cool job.
Well, it would be kind of cool because you have like unlimited funds to
right. Well, you can do whatever you want. And I'm kind of like an outgoing guy, and like because you'd have to like sometimes they want you to do things with them and stuff, whatever.
Huh, that's interesting.
Right. What do you think? That'd be a cool job, don't you think? What would you do?
Oh, geez. I would be a shepherd.
A shepherd.
Full-time shepherd, part-time taxidermy, I guess.
Yeah, right. Oh, you know what else would be a cool job? Like if I owned a cigar shop, that'd be awesome. I'd like to smoke cigars. And like, you ever go into a cigar store, like in the lounge when they have a lounge? I mean, those guys have the best job. They like sit around, smoke cigars all day, and hang out with like the 5 or 6 people that always come in there. You know what I mean? And there's like a TV. Yeah, get a poker game going. Right. Yeah, exactly. Something.
I love that idea.
That's another good job.
Dang, you think of some good ones. I like cigars too, but I also had to give those up.
Yeah.
Did you though?
That was harder than coffee, man.
Did you have to give up cigars, Chuck?
My doctor thought it was a very good idea.
Well,
doctors always think that's a good idea.
You're never going to go to a doctor and have them like, oh yeah, it's okay that you're smoking a cigar once in a while.
That's fine. Smoke another one.
Yeah, but I'm like a whale to her. I'm her whale. I make her a lot of money with my goofy ass coming in there every 2 weeks. What's wrong with you now, Chuck? I don't know. My elbow seems funny. She wants me to stay alive enough, to keep bringing her money.
Oh, okay. Well, it sounds like a good plan by Marcy. Definitely the brains of the operation.
I mean, that's why when I go to the doctor, Chuck, I just make it easy. They're like, do you smoke? No. Do you drink? No.
No, never.
Right. Then they just look at you and they're like,
you know you're lying to us.
I'm a Quaker.
Quaker. Hey, we have Quakers here. What would Nate do for his job if he wasn't a reseller?
If I wasn't a reseller, I would love to be a Major League Baseball scout.
Oh, a scout?
That's what I would do, yeah. Like, they actually get to go to, like, all these small parks and stuff and watch all these potential, big league players and stuff, and that would be my dream job if I could.
That's a cool job.
I actually, a few years ago, we were at a restaurant here in town, and this old guy came up to me, and he goes, I noticed – because I was having dinner with my family, but I had the Cubs game on, and I was so angry watching I don't know if you remember Carl Edwards, pitcher for the Cubs, was for a while, but he always throws like a flat fastball. So I was basically griping about that the entire time. And the guy's like, you noticed that he just came up over my shoulder. He goes, you notice that his fastball is flat and stuff? I'm like, yeah, he sucks. I go, he drives me insane because he chokes under pressure. And he goes, believe it or not, I'm here visiting my son because he went to IU, and he goes, I'm a scout for the Detroit Tigers, and I'm just passing through. And so then, of course, I went all fanboy on. I'm like, oh, my God, tell me everything. Which, I mean, it's not a glorious position at all for scouts, but I just think that's something for me would be a dream to do.
Yeah, it sounds like a cool job going around and trying to evaluate talent. And then, like, if the guy made it big because of your recommendation, like, how great would you feel? Like, yeah, I picked, whatever, Mark McGuire out of a hat, whatever it was, Yeah.
The guy told me, he goes, trust me, no one wants to be a scout. I'm like, I don't care what you're saying, but I do.
That's true. I did break my mailman's leg. Larry, I did break my mailman's leg. That's how much I hate the post office. I broke the mailman. So I had just a quick part, just to follow up on that, so people don't think I'm like really breaking people's legs. Is that right before Christmas? I mean, I had the same mailman. I've lived in this house for like 7 or 8 years now, and I've had the same mailman the whole time, right? And like, I don't even schedule pickups. He just comes and knows like I'm gonna have a pile of stuff to pick up, so he's always stopping here. Well, right before Christmas, this past Christmas, he wasn't there. It wasn't him. And I thought maybe they were just like kind of, shuffling it around for like the holidays to help out and all this and that. Like, I actually believe the post office when they tell us in October that they're raising prices because they need to hire like more help and stuff. Like, I'm the one guy that actually believes that, and then find out it's not true. But anyway, so finally, after like a week or so, like, I didn't see him. I asked the person that was there, I was like, what happened to, my regular guy? And they were like, oh, he fell and he got hurt and he's on like kind of leave for a little bit. Well, I was like, okay. And then it turned into months, like weeks and then months. And I was like, this guy's just not coming back. just tell me, but it is the post office. So you could have like, I don't know, 17 months of like vacation and sick time and personal time, whatever. So finally he came back like 2 weeks ago. We were doing the live show that we do on Joe's channel with Philly Picker and Art Vandelay. And I went out to take the mail out, and it was my old mailman. And I was like, hey, where you been? I heard you got hurt. I hope everything's all right. So he goes to me, he goes, I hurt myself on your driveway. I was like, what? So it was one of these days in early December. We had snow, and I had shoveled the driveway. He said the driveway was shoveled, but he was like dropping off boxes. Like they were doing 2 runs in those days, like to drop off like the bigger packages in the morning so they could clear out their trucks for the regular mail later in the afternoon. And it was like 7:15, and he went up to my door, dropped the package, and he was coming back down the driveway, and he slipped and fell, and it ended up like, I don't know, like tore something in his ankle. It was like so swollen. And he like crushed his elbow. He was laying in my driveway like yelling, and it's like 7, like no one's awake. There's one lady. He's like, there's one lady that walks her dog every morning at like 7:30. I thought she'd be out. She wasn't out. He went across the street or something and saw the neighbor, and they took him. Oh my God. So he was out that whole time. And I was like, oh my goodness. Like, so, and then they wouldn't give him workman's comp. Like, it was a whole story. Like, they wouldn't give him workman's comp because supposedly, like, they're supposed to walk like in the grass. Like they told him, like, why did you go in the driveway and not walk in the snow? And I thought he was like messing with me, but I was talking to Joe, Philly Picker, and he's like, in the wintertime, he'll shovel, a path up to his house for the guy to walk, but they'll always walk like from his house to his neighbor's house through the snow, not use the path. And I guess they're told to do that so they don't slip and fall and like hurt themselves. Well, this guy didn't and they weren't going to give him workman's comp, but they ended up giving him something or whatever. But yeah, so inadvertently, I broke my mailman's leg right before Christmas.
Well, I'm glad you didn't get in trouble yourself, some kind of fine or something.
Well, that's what. So like last week. So that was 2 weeks ago. So last week I saw him and I said, how's the leg? Like, how you doing? And he goes, it still hurts a little. He goes, can I sue you? Like, no.
You're just like, are you joking?
Right.
No.
No. Yeah, I don't know. I shoveled it like it was like black ice or whatever in the morning. Like
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know, whatever. Go in the snow.
I know my dad retired from the post office a few years ago, and they do some weird stuff to try to get out of workers' comp and all kinds of things.
I bet.
He told me stories too, and I'm just like why? Like they know. I mean, they ended up giving all of his friends workers' comp for some injuries they sustained, but it's like, why fight them if in the end you're just going to cave and give it to them anyways?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, right. I'm sure it'll be. I might change my logo with the house picture. There will be a little mailman out front, like with his leg
bent up legs. That would be beautiful.
People, and then not say anything, and just see who really follows my channel and knows that are following me. Just see who, and I'll be like, "What are you talking about? What logo? What are you talking about?"
Just make it really small.
Right? Yeah. I'll be like, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about." That's funny.
What's the most exciting thing you've learned, like in say the last since New Year's? What's the most exciting thing you've learned about eBay or YouTube or?
I'll tell you what. I mean, I learned. Recent. So at the last live auction, there was there was like a Commodore 64. Remember the old Commodore 64?
Yeah, I had one.
Yeah. Well, it was just a keyboard, right, and a floppy disk next to it, right, and no power cords, no software, nothing. Just the keyboard, the Commodore 64 keyboard, and this floppy drive. And like I got caught up in it. Like I usually try to get items at the live auction for very inexpensive, right? And I ended up paying, like I was going up against this guy and I paid $40 for it, which for me is a lot because I buy a lot of lots there pretty inexpensively. Like people don't bid on things. I'll get like half a table full of stuff for like $10, whatever.
Wow.
You know how it is. Like some of these live auctions, like people are looking for certain things and whatever, and like the ephemera no one really gets into and stuff, and I usually pick that up pretty cheap. And for some reason, like 40, I mean, it's just for me at that live auction, it was paying up, if you will, right? And then I was like, man, I hope I can sell these for at least like $40, right? So I put them on eBay for auction. They're still, I think it ends Saturday. I have 51 watchers on it or whatever, 50 watchers, which is like the most I've ever had on an item. The bid's up to $80, like $81 already. I was like, holy, and it's like, I have it in there, untested, no cords. Like it's literally just a keyboard and a floppy drive. Like it's not, it's just parts, literally parts. You know what I mean? And,
wow.
And I sell parts of things all the time in my eBay store. I'll sell broken action figures. People fix them up. I sell, little accessories, the guns or the swords or whatever, And I'm no stranger to selling parts, but I was like, man, I'm just gonna put these things together. And I started the bidding at $40, and it's up to 80. I don't know, it's up to 81 now, something like that. It's crazy.
I had heard that people take those old Commodores because the CPU is in the keyboard because it's that fat keyboard.
Uh-huh.
And the technology back then, it was like a 56K, computer or something. But now they can put, chips in there to make them. So like, I guess like hipster tech guys take those Commodores and make them into badass computers.
Using that old. I'll definitely. So like, I'm like looking on Facebook Marketplace around me for Commodore 64, like parts and pieces, like and stuff, because I don't know if it's going to sell that well.
I didn't know they sold that well. Great. Now I have to watch for those too.
Yeah, Robert saw this Atari 800 in my last auction, but that went up. So I make the video I put out today was from my last live auction I went to, and I always show like walking around, like what some of the items are and stuff. But what I usually don't talk about is that a lot of those items that I show in the while I'm walking around end up going for really high dollar, or higher dollars than I want to spend, to buy it and resell it, right? And that Atari was one of them, man. People see that Atari and they're like, oh, and I think it ended up going for like, literally it went for $80 or $90, just that Atari 800 alone. And I'm sure there's probably money to be made. I was just like, I don't know. It's like I can literally fill up my SUV for like $200 there. Like, and to spend $90 on an Atari, like I don't know. The economics don't make it. It's just easier for me to buy half a table, or like I bought 6 boxes of vintage ashtrays for $30. You know what I mean? Versus one like Atari 800 for $90.
That's why I love the live auctions, man. I always consider myself a bottom feeder. I just, what nobody else wants, I'll buy it for $1, whatever.
Right.
I'm the same way, Chuck. I am a bottom feeder.
Yep.
Can't get over it. And then I come home with a truckload of stuff.
Right. And my auction is like, every other week or whatever. So it's like, it's almost just enough time to almost turn it all over between my antique booth, my YouTube auctions, eBay, and then go back and get another truckload. Yes, so, me twerk on my live.
I was gonna ask, so you did twerk on your live?
I mean, like, so I have this table where I show the items, and like you can see like maybe like let me try to do it here. You can see like maybe this much I mean, like most of it's table, you know what I mean? Here, like, and then the rest of it is like you can see my body a little bit. And every once in a while I'll do a little twerk dance, yes. And sometimes people catch it, but a lot of people have more than one tab open, they're doing all different things. And sometimes they miss it, so you got to watch,
So this is going to sound weird the way I go into this. So this kind of goes into my next question, Mike.
I've heard that before.
If you were held at gunpoint and you were told that if you did not impress them with your dance moves, you would be killed, what dance moves would you bust out? Would you twerk?
Yeah, I guess I would twerk. Dude, I don't know. I would try to do it. If I'm at gunpoint, I'd do anything. Yeah. I'd probably start with twerking. Hopefully that just got me there,
Go with the moneymaker, man.
Right. Right.
So when you go to an auction, how much money do you take?
Hi, Andy.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I usually, like I said, I don't really have an amount. Like I've spent all different amounts, but usually, like I just start filling up my truck. Like I don't really have like I'm gonna only spend. I mean, I generally spend between $200 and $300, but generally that gets me a full truckload of stuff. Usually, you know what I mean. And sometimes, like there was one that I went to. They had a lot of like vintage clocks, vintage like. Mantle clocks and grandfather clocks and all these clock parts and stuff. And I know nothing about clocks. And like some of those auctions, when they have like a lot of specific items like that, there was all these clock, I don't know, gurus or, whatever, experts or whatever. And I couldn't get anything. I mean, I like trying new things, I'll get a box of something and maybe like last year, if you asked me that question from New Year's, I know you were talking about this year, but if you asked me that last year, I went to I had bought items at an online estate sale auction. And when this one that I buy from, when you go there, they have like a cash and carry table, things that they didn't list online, but when you go, you can just like basically like pick items you want and make a pile, and they'll give you a good deal on it. So like they had all this Mary Kay makeup, right? And like bags and big Ziploc, like the freezer, big Ziploc freezer bags full of Mary Kay stuff. New, like the lady must have been a consultant or something. And I piled a bunch of it together and with a whole bunch of other stuff. And she's like, I don't know, $20. And I was like, okay. And I'll tell you what, I learned about foundations and eyeshadows and, they have like moisturizer cream or whatever, like cream for your face and all this and that. And I sold that stuff like nothing. Like I was into it for nothing. And it would sell. I would just lot them up on eBay and they would go out the door. It was ridiculous. I was like, wow. I mean, and I always try, like it got to the point, like after that, I would like scour, like whenever I find a good deal like that, I try to scour my local like Craigslist or Facebook. Like I was buying out consultants like inventory that were getting out of Mary Kay that wanted to just be out because I was just selling it at like such a cheap, like
That's
such
awesome.
a good price on eBay. Like, but yeah, that was good. Mary Kay was good for me then.
Yeah, you got to let your pride go when you're reselling. You got to tablecloths and Tupperware, and you got to wash doll's hair, and
I used a little bit. Like I won't lie, you know what I mean. But the majority of it I sold. The majority of it I did sell, Chuck. Right?
You got a nice foundation. Good.
Well, I got to keep these cheekbones. Like you see this little glow I got here. Like I got to keep it. I got to keep. That's the money maker.
If you guys ever find them in lots, which I buy a lot of, I know people have mixed emotions about them, but Wholesale Ninjas, I do makeup lots and personal care items. And when I get a lot of boxes of like a bunch of boxes of condoms or like KY gel, like I mean that like I can't keep it. Like it sells so quickly all over the place because everyone wants to be discreet about it. And I make more off that than I do like the lipstick and stuff that I'm selling. So I'm just like, every time I've requested it from them, I send them a message like, hey, is there any way to if I could pay a little extra of an upcharge to get just a box full of this stuff? And they're like, no, it doesn't work that way. And I'm willing to give you a little extra, guys. Bribe Wholesale Ninjas.
Can I jump in on that for 1 second?
Yeah.
So my buddy John that I do auctions with on Sunday night, he has his own like estate sale company, and he's been a reseller. Like he has an antique booth, and he's been doing it for years and years and years. So he usually finds like a lot of different interesting items, and he'll like teach me a lot of different things about items I would have never even thought of or whatever. And one of them was condoms used to come in tins, like way back in the day. So you get vintage tins like Sucrets or whatever like that, right? Well, they made like vintage condom tins, or condoms came in these vintage tins. Go look one of those up on eBay. Just type in vintage condom tin and see how much these crazy tins go for, right? And I've never found one, but just it made me think of it when you brought up that story about about that. The other thing is that at the live auction one day, I bought 8 milk crates full of Playboy magazines, right? Just somebody's collection. That's what they had. And one of the things I found that helps sell items like that very well, if you're going to sell that type of stuff, and it might help you on eBay if you're selling that kind of KY or condoms and stuff, there's a box you can check that says, allow user to remain anonymous to other eBay users, right? You'd be surprised how many times like I've sold those. I mean, I'm always out of all those 8 crates of Playboys. I mean, I lotted them up by years and stuff like that.
Yeah, I didn't know you could do that to where they can be anonymous, because I feel like I would have sold even more.
Yeah. So look into that. Like there's a box right under where, I don't know, it's in the, I think it's right in the pricing section. I do it on the computer. So that might, let me just say it.
No, I go back and check everything on the computer too. So.
Okay. Yeah, because when I started selling on eBay, I started listing on the computer years ago. And then I got the app. But I never, like, once I started the process, like now I have a process, so I don't mess with it too much. And I'll list on my phone, like sometimes.
Yeah.
It makes me very nervous. Especially one time, like there was a story going around that like eBay was changing your items from plus shipping to free shipping. And I think and then there was a rumor that a lot of it had to do with if you listed it on the app versus listing it on the computer. I don't know if that's true or not, but I don't know. It made me nervous. But I do list on my phone sometimes, but I know that box is on the computer version, just to let you know.
Yeah, I did not. Yeah, I never knew that because I feel like, I mean, I know those people probably don't want to see a review to their name.
Right.
And that order number below it, and everyone's like, oh, God.
Right. Yeah, right.
Yeah, thank you for that. I wrote that down so I can look at that.
No problem, Nate. Yeah. You'll see.
So what do you use for a camera and lighting? Because I have problems here.
Yeah, well, I would like to get that interrogation light that you have there for my auctions, because I don't know if you're being questioned later. You look like you're in the back room of your local police station. No.
Well, this is my one call.
Right now I have the Faux Pro camera on right here. It's like a GoPro, but it's not really. I call it the Faux Pro. And the lighting in this room is terrible. So like literally this light right here is just one of those desk like goose lamp things. You know what I mean?
Really?
And then I have like a light, but for my listings and stuff, I have LED lightings and a photo cube and whatnot. So right now you're looking at Faux Pro camera and a desk lamp. And then of course I have the bar sign in the back. That helps out as well.
I'm sure it does. I can't get my lighting right. It's been an ongoing problem. Nate,
I feel like it's the same. When I make a video, those LED lights I have for the photo cube work well for listing items, but I feel like when I do a video, I'm like half in the shadow, and like, although I do better in dimly lit light, like in life situations.
I get that.
But I try not to be so dimly lit for a YouTube video.
I've been called dim a lot, but
are you posing for your driver's license? That's great.
Thank you, Robert. That is about what I look like in it. So what are your stats, Mike?
I knew you were going to ask him that. I just knew it.
How tall are you?
How tall am I? Just under 6 foot. Like I say 6 feet, but it's like 5'11" and 17/18.
I thought maybe you were taller.
Yeah, 6 feet, we'll say.
How much you weigh?
I'm about 205 right now. I gotta slim down a little bit.
That's pretty good though. I was just wondering because now I know how much cash you carry at an auction. So.
No, I use the card. I don't carry cash.
You have to bring a partner is what I was wondering.
Right.
How much you benching?
Yeah, right. No, I haven't benched in a long time. I don't know. Probably not that much anymore. I used to all the time, like when I was younger, but not anymore.
I can throw a pillow when I'm laying on my back.
Yeah. You seem like a tall guy, Chuck. How tall are you?
Well, I used to be 6'5".
Yeah, I was gonna say you're 6'4".
But yeah, I think I'm shrinking now.
You're shrinking down?
Yeah.
Are you really 6'4"?
But yeah.
Yeah, he seemed like a tall guy, like in his videos. Yeah.
4.
And Nate, how tall are you? You seem like you're not a tall guy.
I am very short. I am 4'8". I'm just kidding. I'm about 5'8" on a good day.
Okay.
I have not grown since 8th grade. It was funny because me and my brother went to the doctor, and we went to a knee doctor because we both played sports, and I was in football, and I had high expectations, like I'm going to be a lineman in the pros and all this. And then the doctor's told my brother, oh, you're going to grow another 5 inches, but he's only 5'9", so he's not tall, or maybe 5'10". And then I go, so how much am I going to grow? And he goes, you're done. And I'm like, what? Mom's like, are you sure he's done? They're like, yeah, this is as tall as he's going to be. So he was not wrong.
That's sad.
It is very sad.
I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I like picking on little.
Sometimes I wish I was a little smaller because the onesies I find seem to only be medium. I don't know. Maybe they can make a large onesie, or maybe all the large guys like me are buying the onesies before I get there. But like, I have to squeeze myself into a medium all the time. I don't know.
Yeah, finding the Hello Kitty onesie for 3X
for a 6 foot tall guys, it's tough.
It's tough.
And they look at you funny at the register. You got to do the self checkout. It's a lot easier. Always with the questions. And they're stopping my van in the parking lot. It's weird.
Oh, I was going to relate this to something. Why do you have all this KY jelly back here?
I'm a reseller, I swear to God. I have a YouTube channel.
Oh, gosh.
Thanks for stopping by, Keith. See what, guys? I'm taller than Janet.
There you go.
You got something going for me, I guess.
What size shoe do you wear? Because we always give Dan jazz about his small shoe size.
10.5 to 11.
No, you're good. See, you're good. There you go. Dan's like 8.
What?
8.5.
Really?
You fella.
How tall is Dan?
I don't know how tall he is. I don't think he's a short guy.
I always assumed he was short.
You think so?
Yeah. I think a wrestling match between Dan and Nate would be cool, though.
Would be something to watch.
I respectfully hate you, Chuck.
Respectful.
I don't wear onesies that often, but like when we have an auction around a holiday, like I wore a red one for Valentine's Day and I wore a green one for St. Patrick's Day. And I may or may not have one on for Easter Sunday. So every once in a while. Oh, Art is 5'7".
Nice.
Could you take Nate? Art, sometimes he wears a 9. Okay. Sometimes he wears a 9.
I just think that, I don't know, we'd get a lot of views if we'd have a wrestling match between.
Right. Live stream it?
Yeah.
Or if we all wore onesies, I have one. It's a
You do? What kind?
Yeah.
What kind is it?
It has like snowmen on it.
It's a medium, I bet, right?
No. I think it's extra large. It was
I'll trade you a medium for it. I think you would do better with the medium.
I don't know about that.
I'm telling you, I got into the medium. The only problem for me in the medium is my shoulders are like they're too broad for a medium sized onesie. So it's like very tight, like up here.
Yeah, all the big size onesies around Christmas time go like within a day.
Right. Who's buying them?
I don't know. I'd like to know, though.
I wish I could find more.
Yeah, Angie Midget Wrestling, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Dan versus Nate. You see them just running around up there. And then I'll take on Philly Flipper. He whooped my ass too.
now you got everyone giving their stats.
Right.
That's the point.
You've created a movement tonight, Chuck.
The stats movement.
The
status is based on stats, man.
Right. I like Janet's. They're planning a live wrestling match in onesies. Wear the mods.
Hi, Tina.
Bras and bikinis. What? Janet's trying to steal my show. I can't compete with that.
Next week's show. She's previewing it.
Is that what's happening next week? Me and you, Chuck, bras and panties?
No, bikinis. Jeez. Get your mind out of the gutter.
I'd look good in a two-piece.
Same thing. I have no shame. I'll wear a two-piece if you want me to.
I believe you would.
What were we getting ready to say before this conversation continues to go downhill?
Yeah,
What makes you think I was going to bring it up?
Nothing, but I think I lost 5 viewers with my comments. So just keep
we haven't had a female guest on the show yet. Who would you recommend for our first female guest?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, Angie's great. Angie Resells is great. Jen Closet Gems is great. I like watching both of their videos.
There's Tina would be good.
There's 2, yeah.
There's so many.
Marcy. Maybe I'll have Marcy as a guest on my show. We can get some really good answers from her.
What show?
Just, I don't know. Just the live show I'll do.
Are you going to do lives? Like by yourself lives that aren't auctions?
No.
Okay. That was definitive. No,
I'm not doing that. No. Unless, like, I mean, maybe if we start auctioning off something, it starts off as a live chat, and then we start auctioning things off. Right. Marcy will tell me all about it. Right.
All about what? What will she tell you?
Like the behind the scenes on Chuck.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I bet.
I'm about as boring as you get, man. Lissa, I'm kind of afraid to have Lissa on. I think she'd be a great guest and a lot of fun, but at the same time, a little scary. Be like a roller coaster, you know? Exciting but scary. She's funny as hell, though.
Yeah.
So how late do we get you till?
I don't care. You go. We'll go till whatever you want.
Because we don't plan the end of our show. We don't plan any part of our show.
We don't.
The original thought was we'd have an hour-long show, and then 90 minutes became the norm, and now we usually blow past that, too. So.
Yeah, we're usually at about 2 hours each time now.
That's fine. What do you guys got going on this weekend? Big Easter weekend for you guys?
How about you?
No.
Reselling? No.
I mean, I'll be listing and stuff. I've actually I talked to Chuck a little bit about it. I've actually thought about doing just a random live either Saturday or Sunday or both days, starting that up just myself for like an hour or something, or whoever wants to join. But it's just trying to become brave, you know. Chuck is my crutch, so it's hard for me to live without him.
Oh, please. But it's so true.
You got any plans for this weekend?
Me or Mike?
Well, I'm not talking to you, Chuck. So Mike, just kidding. Both of you.
Probably just reselling activities, listing. Hopefully the weather's nice. We'll get some yard sales. Probably not on Sunday, but maybe Saturday.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for this weekend because I think it's supposed to be nice here, and I'm hoping some more yard sales pop up.
Yeah, it's just starting. Like it's still a little chilly. Like today was a little chilly here in Pennsylvania, and windy. But like every 3 days, it'll be really nice. You know what I mean? And I'm hoping like Saturday's really nice. So we'll see.
What are you doing, Chuck?
Well, tomorrow we're going to go to our indoor flea market and stock up. And then I don't have much other. I mean, Sunday we're going to have family over for a meal. And that's about all my plans. So hopefully we'll find some garage sales or something. There's no auctions because they never do them on holiday weekends around here.
Right.
But yeah, that's it. Nothing exciting, but I don't work tomorrow and I don't work Monday. So I'll just put I'll have some lounging in there. I got that planned.
Are you a big baseball guy? Either one of you guys?
I'm not at all.
I love baseball with a passion. It's my favorite sport.
And the Cubs are your team?
Yes, I even rooted for the Cubs before they were cool. So
okay,
I wouldn't even really call them cool anymore. But
did they beat the Pirates today?
Do you know this answer already?
No.
Okay.
Art Vandelay is a Cubs fan.
Oh, okay.
And he was telling me he was trying to be able to watch. They got some new package, or they're on their own channel or something now, or something.
Marquee Network.
Yeah. So he was telling me, and I just was trying to find it, and I saw they were playing the Pirates now.
Yeah, we lost. We sucked. nothing's changed in the last 4 or 5 years. So,
well, listen, I'm a Phillies fan.
Oh yeah,
and I'm sure they lost today.
I think they won.
Oh, let me see.
Correctly, maybe.
Yeah, they beat the Braves. Well, undefeated.
See, this is how much of a nerd I am. So every year, this benefits no one. I don't know if you can. You see all those pennants back there?
Yes.
On my door. Anyways, I keep track of the standings that way.
Okay.
It benefits no one. It is stupid. It's kind of pathetic. But
like you move the pennants up and down depending on their standing?
Daily. Daily. So
Daily.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, that's how much of a cool person I am, Mike. My wife's like, no one even sees this. I'm like, but I do. Like, that's all that matters.
Right.
Is that some kind of like anal retentive thing? Like you have to have
it's called OCD, the term. Not anal retentive.
Are you?
That's what we say behind their back, Chuck. Don't say that out loud.
I apologize.
Now, if there's any tiebreakers, the Cubs are always ahead. So
right, of course.
Or the records are the same, but other than that, they're pretty accurate.
Yeah, baseball season opening day today.
Yep, and we are already in mid-season form. So
right. Well, my Phillies. So are we, right? We're in early season. We start off good every year. Everyone thinks that oh yeah, we're going to do great, and then it's terrible. By mid-season, the end of the year, we're like, what is it next year already? Like, help us out here.
Hey, you guys got Dave Dobronsky now. He's going to gut your farm system and buy you a championship and then leave you in the dust.
Listen, I tell you what, you know what? That's what the Eagles basically did because I'm a Philadelphia Eagles football fan, right? But like growing up as an Eagle fan, when we didn't have any Super Bowl wins, right? And we're in a division with, the Redskins, had multiple. The Cowboys in the 90s were winning multiple. The Giants already had a few. We had none. We always said we would give up anything just to have one Super Bowl. So it finally happens where we gave it all up to have one Super Bowl, and now everyone's mad. I'm like, why are we mad? This is what we wanted. Like, we wanted the Super Bowl. We got it. Now why are we mad? We're terrible now. Okay. We're back. We're just back to where we were,
I was the same way with the Cubs where I would give anything.
Right.
And then after we got the one, I'm like, oh my God, we're going to be in the World Series, 3 out of the next 5 years. And then when it didn't happen, I'm like, sell the team. This sucks. The Ricketts is ruining us, the owner.
Right. These guys are the worst. Meanwhile, these guys are the guys that brought us the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? And we're like, 4 years ago, I'm feeling left out. Chuck, you don't watch football either?
Yeah, I watch football. Were you talking football? I missed that part.
Yeah, your Packers choked it away again.
Yes, they did. Yeah. No other way to put it. They choked.
Now I'm a Packers fan, so as well.
I thought they looked like they didn't care, honestly, in that last game. I'm like, try. Have some urgency, would you?
Whatever.
Yeah, they didn't give a shit.
So, Dan, my favorite Cub of all time was a psychopath, and I loved it because he was so unpredictable. But Carlos Zambrano, if you remember him, you never knew if he was going to flip out on the water cooler or what. But that guy, just because he was so psychotic and weird, I really enjoyed him. He's probably my favorite all time. I'm not saying about stats or anything, but just personality was hilarious to me.
My favorite all-time Cub was that Bartman guy.
He had nothing to do with that. I don't care. Like, people were like, he ruined the game. I'm like, what about Alex Gonzalez at short that booted the ground ball?
I just like the button push, Nate. That's all.
Get me all fired up.
I know. I like doing it. I do it with Dan too.
Nate just lost like 20 more hairs.
Right. Dude, it's been bad.
Hello, Mark Zygon Tiger.
My wife reminds me all the time when I'm watching the games because I'm really invested. even if it's like today, I was invested in the game, even though it was game 1 of 162. And every time I'm like, they don't understand. We're like, we got to do this. We got to do that. And she's like, there is no we. They don't know you exist. I'm like, no, I am part of this. Hi, Horizon Picks and Dave. I don't know if I said hi to Dave. Welcome.
Hello.
Did you play?
Have your guys' sales been a little slow this week with the holiday? It seems like mine have been a little slow on eBay, at least.
Yeah, mine have been pretty slow this week compared to because they were picking up, and then this week they've kind of tanked compared to the last couple of weeks.
Right.
Obviously not Chuck or Marcy because their phone's been going off.
Right, yeah. Obviously your sales are good. Well, Marcy's sales at least.
It's always Marcy. We have like 750 listings, and I think 150 are mine. So it's always her.
What does Marcy sell most of?
Well, it used to be she was pretty much clothing and I did hard goods, but we both expanded in the last few months. But she's coming onto my turf, and I don't like it at all.
You don't like it one bit?
No, because she's better at it.
Right. Well, maybe you could still like take pictures or something, or like you could do the titles or something. I'm sure there's a role for you somewhere.
I carry heavy things.
Right, you pick up the heavy things. Right, put them up on the tall shelves because you're 6'4".
Yes, thank you. I'm useful again.
And you're useful. See, we'll find a job for you.
Thank you. Did you play any sports, Mike?
Yeah, I played. Well, I went to I was a good little Catholic boy when I was young. I went to a Catholic grade school, and I played basketball. And I was always real tall for my age, and I was like, yes, it was great. I loved basketball. I loved playing basketball when I was little. And then I got to high school, and I went to public high school. And I was like, wow, these kids are pretty good. Like kids were dunking and stuff, and I was like, yeah, I didn't even make the ninth grade team. But baseball and football were my sports I played on. But I mean, I had my dad would like let me try whatever I wanted. Like he would be like, yeah, try. Like if but whatever you try, you stick with it for at least a year or whatever. Like I tried. I was on the swim team one year. I was on the wrestling team one year. I did all types of stuff. But baseball and football were my two real favorites.
Cool.
Chuck, I'm assuming you were a football player at 6'4".
Yeah, I played 3 out of my 4 years of high school.
Yeah.
And I went out for basketball for 2 weeks my senior year on a bet that I lost. And then I just quit, and the coach was like, "Yeah, I think that's best, Jeff."
You just both had a mutual understanding on that, right?
Yeah. Yes. But it was fun. No, I had a friend that I never thought would make it through football. We were both seniors, and he's like, "I'll go out for football if you go out for basketball." And I'm like, "No problem. You're not going to make it through the season." And he did. He hung it out, and then I quit after 2 weeks of basketball, and I owed him a case of beer.
Wow. In high school.
Did I root beer?
Root beer. Right, root beer, right. Right, I got it.
We had a little bait shop that someone made in their yard out of one of those small sheds that all the high school kids knew that the old guy in there would serve anyone alcohol. Like you could buy cases of beer, and he'd just be like, "Have fun, kids." And then one day we went there, and he was shut down. So
have fun, Chuck. I know you owe Brian some case of beer. The werewolf.
Frickin' Brian again. Oh, I could incriminate myself, but I won't.
Oh, you guys got a good crowd here for your live show. 30 people.
Yeah, you know what I think helps?
Having me on the show? Oh, no. Sorry. What?
Yes. Having January House in the house and having Nana Tink not being on. helps a lot.
You mean at the same time?
Right.
Okay. Let me clarify that for you a little bit.
Yeah,
that didn't sound so good the way you said
He's
it.
like, I took down Nateypie tonight. So.
Crushed her.
We usually start like an hour before she does, and we have great crowd for an hour, and then when her show starts, it kind of
fizzles out.
But we don't quit because we have ego.
Well, she's big. She's big time. She's got 1,000 subscribers now.
She does, and she's got a great show.
She has a great show. Yeah.
If I wasn't stuck with this guy, I'd be there on her show watching.
Wow. All right.
I know. I feel the same way though. It's too nice to tell you, like, Chuck, this isn't working.
Are we breaking up the band tonight?
No.
I think we are. So everyone, tonight's going to be a tough night for us. But it's going to happen.
It's our last show.
Don't say it's not you.
For you. What? What, Chuck?
Don't say it's not you. It's me.
So, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Chuck, you can answer this after him. But if you could make any wish in the world and it would come true, but someone in the world would die, but you would never know who it was of your choice, would you make your wish?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that. No, I don't want. I mean, I don't know. I'm one of these guys. Like, I want to see us all do well, and like I know, like this community we have is great. You know, we have everyone helps each other out. But then there's a small little segment sometimes where people get like, you know, like really like I don't know, real competitive or real whatever. Like I want to see us all do real well. Like some people won't share information. I feel like, you know, there's information out there. It's not like you can't find it. But you know, some people will tell you things. I know some of the like Amazon resellers, like they hold that stuff like close to the vest. I mean, for good reason too, because people start tanking the price and stuff. But I'm one of these guys, like, let's all make money together, or, you know what I mean? Like, I root for other people. I wouldn't want to have something for me if somebody else had to die, for God's sakes, or even suffer, not just suffer. So I wouldn't do that. No. Chuck, probably.
Any wish, and I get to pick someone. I get to pick who dies.
No, you would never know.
Oh. People die every day, man.
Well, because if you think about it, so many people die every day. So
whether I get what I want or not, somebody's gonna die, right?
Yeah. So tonight I wanted to announce that Mike's taking over for Chuck.
Right. Yes. Woo!
What would you do, Chuck?
I would wish for $20.
Right. You'd wish for $20 and just have someone die.
And then I'd be watching the papers. Who'd I get?
Oh my God.
Who'd I get?
It's just so much power, you know, just for the power rush. I'd do it. Yeah.
Mike's like, I regret this decision.
No.
Or maybe I should be regretting asking the question, I guess.
Yeah, how about you? Would you have a wish come true when someone else would die, Nate? Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Me and my wife and my daughter always do these games if we're driving somewhere, and they think I'm a terrible person. Because I'm like, but they're like, well, what happened if someone else had a wish and one of us died? I'm like,
right.
We wouldn't know. Like, it would be sad, but we wouldn't know what happened.
Yeah, if someone I love died, I wouldn't think, oh, someone must have got a wish granted.
But what if that's what it is?
And I'm just like, damn you, Chuck.
You just created a new religion, I think, Nate.
Right.
It's okay that your grandma died because someone's wish came true.
I'm like sitting there crying in the corners, like it's gonna be okay. I'm like, someone's wish came true, and they're like, what?
What? What are you talking about?
Oh my God, we are sick individuals.
We are.
Mostly Nate, but
mostly, right.
What's up, James?
Hey, JP, welcome. I hope you missed most of that last conversation, JP.
Yeah.
I'm always afraid JP's going to critique.
Right. He's going to have a talking to you after the show.
Because he does those videos about what to do and what not to do on your channel. Don't make up new religions where people
yeah.
That's probably number one.
Welcome to the cult, people.
You off your meds, Dave.
Well, Dave's confused. Now he probably wandered off.
James has some postcards for you to clean, Chuck.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
That was the dumbest video. But I don't know. I just thought I got to do something for April Fools, and that's the best I could come up with right now. Don't leave me alone.
Pretty funny, dude.
Well, thank you. I liked it.
How are you doing with your hours, Chuck? Are you close? Because you're doing a lot of lives now.
Let's find out.
Uh-oh. Live math.
What?
Live math.
Live math.
Yeah.
Math good. Oh my God.
Where you at, Chuck?
I don't know. Where is it? No, I'm getting there.
It's in
Here's a topic. Beard care products.
Ready, go.
Yep, I can't find it.
Chuck.
I thought I knew where it was. Oh, wait. There. Oh, we're getting somewhere now. The suspense is killing you guys.
Right.
Go to your videos, and then on the left, you should see it monetization.
Yep. Click on that.
Oh, here we go. I have 375 subscribers, and I'm at 682 watch hours.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
So I got a ways to
You got a
go.
little ways, yeah.
And I probably lost some subscribers just in the last
Just
10
now, right? Oh, look, James said you can start your own religion if you want.
Oh, cool. He's in. He can be one of my deacons. Give him the collection plate. See you, Maggie Doodle.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Maggie's like, I'm out after all that conversation.
Right, after all that.
Too weird for me.
I have that.
People were weird, man.
Thanks for stopping by, Maggie.
Yeah,
Sorry we
thanks, man.
scared you off.
You need to have Robert on one night with that beard. Look at Robert's beard in that picture.
Yeah, I wonder if that's up to date. You still have that huge beard, Robert?
If you're out there, Robert, is your beard up to date?
Or is it like your Tinder profile where it's like, 20 years? Not Robert's. I mean, like.
I was like, what?
Why are you looking at his Tinder profile?
I only looked the one time I looked. I told you, just one time. I was just trying, you never know,
He's married.
Like people have their Tinder pictures are like 10 years old.
How do you know that?
I'm just saying. That's what I've read on the internet.
Oh, gotcha. On Tinder.
He said it's longer now.
Dang.
You need to get a more up to date one then.
Robert is ZZ Top. It does kind of have that ZZ Top look.
Robert said, "Did you swipe left or right?" Come on, we chatted for those 2 weeks. You know I've swiped right. Robert, don't act like you don't know.
Okay, I feel like we need to end the show on a better question.
Yeah.
That one.
Fine.
So, do you got any questions, Chuck? If not, I got a couple, but they're not.
Oh, I got questions.
Now your lighting looks good right there, Chuck.
Does it?
No, not when you do that. Maybe you just need to get closer to the camera, maybe.
Just look down the entire time,
Or
Chuck.
just look down. Yeah,
Wait a minute. We're going to make some adjustments.
on the fly. No,
Look on the flash. Do you see trails?
No.
Never mind.
Just
That's so I think you're tripping. Did you take edibles?
Maybe. Well, that's a dumb question. I'm actually looking at questions.
I was wondering what you were doing. I'm like,
I got a question for you.
Quiet.
This is a great question right here. If people didn't say hi to each other when they met each other, but they had to make the sound of a farm animal, what sound do you think would be appropriate for saying hello?
Well, I think it'd have to be a sound that everyone could easily make, don't you think?
Probably.
Yeah, like a billy goat is a hard sound to do, I think. Like for everybody. Yeah. Right, yeah. Like, maybe it's not that hard. Maybe it's the billy goat. I think I'm going to pick the billy goat.
I like that one. I accept that answer.
Right. No, you can't do a cow because that could be seen as like a negative. Don't you think?
Oh.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like you start mooing at people. People are sensitive. I'm going to go with the billy goat. We all billy goat to each other.
Yeah. I'm going to start doing it.
Right.
I wonder how people would react at work. Hey, Susan.
Be like, oh, you're not in the know. Like make it like shame them into not knowing what you're talking about.
Yeah.
People just are probably like, what?
I used to work with a guy that he would have fell for that. I could have told him that, and then the next time he went to an important meeting, he would have walked in and went, nah. But anyway, I feel like Dan now. I'm leaning into the camera, like Art Vandelay. I think this is how to get people to fall in love with him. I just got to look cute.
He's got a big following, 1,900 subscribers.
I know it. He's badass. He's a badass in real life, I bet.
I bet. Joe and I are going to go out there and visit him sometime. Or maybe we'll meet halfway. Yeah, he's in Indiana as well. Oh.
I can't remember. I know I talked to him one time about it, but I can't remember where he told me around Indiana because I think I was only like an hour and a half from him.
Oh, you guys should meet up.
I didn't realize how many resellers were in Indiana.
It's a hotbed.
So was Pennsylvania, it seems like.
Yeah, there's a lot in Pennsylvania, too. There's a lot in Pennsylvania in this chat tonight.
You brought him with? I mean, you're the one that brought him here. I appreciate everyone from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I brought the 12 resellers with me.
You're our new permanent guest. Well, Dan says he's not. He's not what? Is he answering a question from a half hour ago?
Like Rain Man?
Yeah.
Oh, he's from Northwest Indiana, so.
Oh, Northwest Indiana. North.
Oh, that's like the armpit.
So.
Right. I brought the Amish with me. They don't chat much.
I had to, what was it, 2019 while I was still traveling for work. I had to go to Pennsylvania a few times around Harrisburg and stuff. And I just know a lot of the places they sent me, there'd be like nothing but like Amish farms.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you would have 2 or 3 pharmaceutical companies out in the middle of a field.
Right.
Just like they are definitely getting tax breaks out here.
Right. There's a lot of Amish around us. And my first thought, like when the pandemic happened, was like, how long did it take for the Amish to find out that everything was shut down?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, who told them?
Where the hell is everyone, Jebediah?
Right. Well, it's like they have their own little communities. You know what I mean? Like they don't have to really travel out that much. Uh-oh. We're echoing. Am I on YouTube?
So do they get under your skin at auctions when they come in with their big wads of cash and buy all the crap you want?
No, but I don't understand where they get all that money from though. That is interesting though, right? Like I don't usually go. My auction has like the smalls and collectibles on Fridays, and then Saturdays is the furniture auction. And I normally don't go to the Saturday one, but one time I did, and there was some cool furniture, and there was some Amish ladies like there hanging out, and I was like, oh, surely I'm going to outbid these Amish ladies for this furniture. Holy moly, these people have money. I was like, where are they getting this money from? Like, I mean, I didn't think they were poor, but like, I was like, there must be good money in farming, I guess.
Yeah. You don't pay taxes, it helps.
But yeah. Well, I mean, like, it must be, you know, I don't know, like, I don't know. I always just heard farming was like a real tough job, and like it wasn't like, I don't know, it didn't make you wealthy. You know what I mean? Whether you pay taxes or not. I mean, like, the Amish
around here, they'll buy up literally all the tools, all the quilts. Like, if you're going there, it does not matter if the ladder is worth $50 or less. They're spending $110, $120, and people will bid them up to try to make them run out of money.
Good luck.
They never run out of money.
Well, that's the other thing is like, why are they buying quilts at my auction? Aren't they making the quilts?
Yeah.
You can't just go like, I wouldn't buy ephemera if I could go home and make it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. No, I've always wondered that too.
I'm going to start making ephemera on Canva.
Well, whatever. Like, I'm just saying, like anything. Like, I wouldn't buy something I could totally like. I can't make anything. First of all, all the credit to those people that can make cool stuff like that, like Etsy. Sometimes I'll just look on there and like, it's crazy. Like the people that make cool stuff like that.
And it's insane how quickly they can like put up a barn or, you know, a frame to a house or whatever, and then if you just hired a contractor or something, it always seems like it takes them forever to get around.
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah.
You give them a day, and it's amazing what they can do.
Yeah, that's like around here, like, because, you could hire like a regular company to do like a fence, put up a fence around your thing or whatever. Or the Amish will bid it out too, and it'll be done like in a weekend. You know what I mean? Like, and it's done very well. They do very good work.
Yeah.
Yep. And, I don't know. But I was surprised at the auction. I don't know. I was like, wow, I guess there's good money out there. Yeah, the Amish, they're good people.
Agreed. But that was my biggest struggle though, was because like I said, I'm things that wasn't sexy for reselling. But if the Amish show up, they're buying the same things, the tablecloths, the Tupperware, and I'm like, that's. And once they start bidding, I just, you might as well quit. They're gonna get it.
I was surprised, but
I know in southern Indiana we have this huge place, and it's called Dinky's Auction Barn, and they do 3 rings at a time, and a ton of Amish go there. It's on Friday nights, and they do anything from farm animals to tools, all kinds of random stuff. Whoever wants to sell there, and the Amish like spend big money between farm animals on all the tools, and then I know a lot of them they sell their pies. I want to say they sell them for like $15, $20 a piece, and like they sell out of pies each time. Like it's insane.
We had an Amish auction outside of, one town over from us where they were selling Amish produce and things like that. And when we first discovered it, you could get huge lots of stuff dirt cheap. But then other people discovered it, and people started filling their stores with all these Amish products, and that became not useful anymore. But they were selling all kinds of produce and flowers and children, whatever they had. Too many of sitting around.
Right. No, I've never been to an Amish auction. I'd like to go. That stuff they have is cool.
Johnny's leaving.
Bye, Johnny.
Thanks for stopping by.
Man.
So, Mike, do you have any, since things are slowing it down a little bit, do you have any parting words? Or Chuck, Mike, do you have any parting words to everyone tonight?
I just want to say thanks for having me on. It's been a great time. You guys are great. and hopefully I get invited back.
Oh yeah.
And,
sure. Anything coming up on your channel you want to advertise or anything like that?
Yeah, well, I have my new channel. I just started the auction channel. Is it well? I don't think I'm a mod on here.
Let me find you.
I think he has to make a.
Type something in the chat and I'll make you a mod real quick.
Yeah, and then you can do it.
Hang on a second. Oh wait, hold on.
God, I suck. Our own guest, I don't even make a moderator. I'm like,
well, I don't think I typed anything in. I mean, I said hello early, but that was way back there. All right, that's me. And then...
Okay, you're a mod now.
Okay, thank you. And then let me do this. All right, so here's my new channel. Yeah, if you're into auctions. Oh, Art Vanderlei dropped it. Thanks, Art. Yeah, if you're into and Joe did. Thanks. Those guys are the greatest. If you're into auctions, Tuesday nights at 7:00 Eastern, or I'm sorry, Tuesday nights at 8:30 Eastern, or Sunday nights at 7:00 Eastern on that channel. My auctions. Joe, Philly Picker, Dan, Art Vanderlei, and myself, we do a live listing hangout Wednesday afternoons, 1:00 p.m. Eastern, usually on Joe's channel. So come check us out there.
I often have tears on my face on that show. I'd laugh so hard.
It's a great. I mean, we have a lot of fun, and we get a little bit of work done as well. So come hang out with us. Thanks, Joe.
You said that's on Tuesdays and Sundays?
My auctions are Tuesday nights at 8:30 Eastern and Sunday nights at 7 Eastern. Yep.
Okay.
And then with Joe and Dan on Wednesday afternoons at 1. It's a fun time. It's like a listing hangout, and we get into all types of other things. Dan, usually Dan-related items.
Am I glitching?
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
Your camera's going a little in and out on StreamYard, maybe? I don't know. You're fine.
No one cares.
You're good.
I look up at YouTube and I look really blurry, but on StreamYard I look fabulous. Like,
well, this is gonna sound weird, and I'm not trying to be a smartass, but on StreamYard you look blurry to me. But on YouTube you look clear, so I don't know what's going on right now.
You just got to argue with me, and I'm sick of it.
Is this where I jump in as your co-host?
Yes.
Yes.
You said something to me before we started about wait till the end. I said, okay. All right.
But Mike, seriously, thank you for coming on. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We'll definitely have to have you back on. Chuck usually just wants everyone on once and then never talk to them again. But
okay,
I will lobby for you.
Okay, yeah. Put in a good word for me, Nate.
Will do.
All right, and Marcy will put in a good word too.
And everyone remember, next Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we'll be on Chuck's channel. So make sure you're subscribed to him. And if anyone does want to be on the show, feel free to reach out to one of us. We may say no, probably will say no, but I mean, I'm just kidding. Just joking.
Reach out to me. I'll say yes. You can be on their show anytime if you reach out to me. I'll prove anybody.
But just make sure to reach out to one of us, and then we'll get back to you. But thank you again, and everyone have a good night.
Bye.